Oh, yeah.
Sup?
There he is. What's going on, Jack?
Jack. My name is Jack.
Hey, maybe I was gonna get it right this time.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, you're right. I really don't care. Anyways, how about that Divas Revolution? You heard about it?
Have I? You damn right I have. Are you calling me to write for the Divas? Are you?
Well, yeah, but hear me out. I really want
Yes! 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 You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. The female performers down in NXT have been killing it for over a year now. To be able to write and produce storylines for these divas is a writer's wet dream. A chance to tell stories and show the world that those female wrestlers can put on just as good of a match or just as good of a show as the men can. We live in a world where females are dominating their respective genres, from UFC to women's soccer to the music industry to the film industry, and hell, even in politics. By 2016, we could be looking at our very first female president. The WWE for the longest time has needed a strong batch of female performers to compete with the rest of the world. And I'm telling you, we got them. Now it's time we show the world how wrestling does it. Yeah, that's great and all, but let's focus on Charlotte Flair. Say no more. It makes perfect sense. She's the daughter of one of the biggest legends in entertainment, period. Ric Flair, a respected heritage that wrestling fans cherish, a prodigy whose skills only complement her gorgeous looks. The true, living personification of women for wrestling.
Well, I wasn't talking about Charlotte, but I want you to...
Right, sorry. Charlotte can come later. What you want is Sasha Banks, an all-around performer who's a student of the game and can wrestle a variety of styles: high-flying, grappling, technical, brawling. Best of all, she's extremely charismatic. She plays her role to a T, and she's great at making fans hate her. She's so good, fans love her for making them hate her.
Look, no offense to Sasha, but I want you to focus on...
Paige? Oh, duh, what's wrong with me? You want me to bring back the anti-diva, a ruthless, psychotic sociopath who seeks to eliminate every single pretty face that stands in her way and stand on top of the mountain as the best diva in the world. She trusts nobody, she has no friends, but she loves it that way. She's already an idol for female fans. She's the host of Tough Enough. She's a prominent fixture on Total Divas, and most of all, she's the perfect symbol for our UK fans who've been salivating for a role model to follow.
Look, Paige is cool and all, but she's not who I want to focus on. Let's focus on
Becky Lynch, a bona fide Irish lass kicker. She would be awesome to push.
No.
Naomi, the diva raised from the streets.
Nope.
Natalia, heir of the Hart family.
Ha! God, no.
Alicia Fox, the crazy kind.
Nope.
Tamina, the daughter of Jimmy Snuka and a Samoan.
No.
Emma?
Nope.
Dana Brooke?
Who?
Carmella?
Who?
Lana?
Don't think so.
Summer Rae? Eva Marie?
Actually, no.
JoJo?
Why?
Blue Pants?
Who the hell is Blue Pants?
Wait a minute, did we hire Karma back? Dude, that's awesome! The Divas have been craving a monster heel since Beth Phoenix left. I think she would be perfect to fill that role.
Yeah, sorry man, she's still under contract with that other promotion.
Rosa Mendes?
We want you to write a storyline for the Bella Twins.
What?
The Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie. They feel kinda stagnant right now. They need something.
Hold on. No offense to the Bella Twins, but haven't they gotten enough TV time? We just did Stephanie versus Brie last year, and then we got them their own storyline to feud with, and it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah? Your point?
My point is, they're already established. Brie and Nikki Bella are practically pop stars at this point. They're stars in their own reality TV show, and they were nominated for a Teen's Choice Award. They've walked the red carpets and have been on every single famous photo shoot known to man. On top of that, they both won the Divas Championship on separate occasions, and they're the lovers of the top two wrestlers in WWE. If you ask me, they've gone as high as they can go. Wouldn't it be better to focus on someone else?
See, that's the thing. They haven't done all they could possibly do. I mean, Nikki Bella is 3 weeks away from breaking AJ Lee's record.
Okay, so what?
What do you mean, so what? I mean, come on, man. She will be the longest reigning Divas champion in history. Isn't that great?
I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. Nikki hasn't even defended her belt all that much.
True, but think about this. AJ held that championship for 295 days. People praise her as one of the best female wrestlers to ever step foot in WWE. The problem is, she's not here anymore, and we can't have fans chanting her name like they do for him. Anyways, so if we had Nikki Bella beat the record, she gets to rub, she gets to be the best, and we get to make money off of her as she leads the division.
How?
Easy! I mean, all you do is, well, you do the, well, you take the, well, we put her against, or we can do, I mean, you, well, you're the creative writer, you tell me!
Mike, be honest with me. Why is Nikki set up to break AJ Lee's record?
Okay, look. All good things must come to an end, Jimmy. You know this.
No, seriously, I really want to know. Is she getting special treatment because she's dating John Cena? Or are the higher-ups still pissed off at AJ Lee for leaving the company with CM?
No! Don't you dare say his name!
Hey, man, chill out. I'm just trying to point out how stupid this whole agenda is. First off, fans didn't love AJ Lee because of her title reign. Her title reign was pretty lame, and everybody knows that. What fans loved about AJ Lee was her acting ability and her uncanny talent to tell a story. She knew how to work an audience through her facial expressions and really create the idea that this girl is nuts. Also, her best work wasn't with the Divas, it was with the men. Whether it was the abused girlfriend of Daniel Bryan, the infamous crazy chick that fell in love with CM Punk and had Daniel Bryan and CM Punk fighting over her, Kane's stalker, Dolph Ziggler's crazy girlfriend, or that little manipulative vixen that had the entire division wrapped around her finger as the Divas champion. No matter what role AJ had, she consistently gave fans a reason to watch Raw, and she mesmerized them every single time. Her in-ring ability, although good, was really secondary to what she could do as a character, and very few female wrestlers can create the buzz that AJ did during her run on top. Fans still remember the pipe bombshell, even to this day. So if Nikki does surpass AJ Lee's record, it isn't gonna make fans forget about AJ Lee.
Sure it will. I mean, she was hot for a few months back in 2012. Big deal. It's not like we had her be the general manager of Raw and make out with John Cena. Oh.
Also, this needs to be said. No one gives a damn about the Divas Championship. That belt represents a history when Divas weren't seen as wrestlers, but as stiff, plastic mannequins who were halfway decent models, but showed no real talent inside the ring. I mean, you had exceptions like Maurice and Eve Torres, but for the most part, those girls stunk the joint up on a nightly basis. Hell, they were lucky to even have 30 seconds to wrestle, let alone a minute. Plus, holy crap, this belt looks ugly. No, seriously, have we just stopped to look at this monstrosity? The design looks like something a first grade girl would draw in art class, take home, give to her mother, who would smile in her face, but then throw away when she's not looking. You know what belt I really liked? I liked the classic Women's Championship. It had a very basic, yet very unique design that separated from the other championships on the roster. But most of all, it has a long and illustrious history. Some of the greatest female wrestlers have held that belt. People like Fabulous Moolah, Alundra Blaze, Ivory, Chyna, Molly Holly, Lita, Trish Stratus, Beth Phoenix, even Stephanie McMahon held that belt at one point. During a time where we're trying to cultivate a division and show the world that women can be just as powerful as men. Wouldn't you want a belt with prestige to represent your division and not some toy crayon drawing? I'm sorry, we need to get that women's championship back.
Oh, no one cares about how that belt looks. It's just a piece of strap.
No, it's not a piece of strap. The Divas Championship is a piece of strap. Nobody cares about that belt. But the Women's Championship has respect. Countless women have damaged their bodies to make this belt mean something. For us to treat it like some belt to keep our pants up would be to crap on everything these women have sacrificed to pave the way for the Divas nowadays. Ever since we debuted the Divas title, we booked it so poorly. I'm shocked people still want the damn thing. It doesn't make you a star, it doesn't advance your character, it does nothing to improve your credibility. Hell, at this point, the NXT Women's Championship means more than the Divas Championship. We need to get the Divas a championship, a belt with prestige, a belt that means something, a belt that when a diva holds it will make them the absolute best. Better yet, why not create a new belt? We don't need to bring back the Women's Championship. Why not just create a new belt that has a fresh new feel, that has a fresh new aura, that these divas can take to the moon and make into something?
Alright, look, that's something we can talk about down the line. Maybe Nikki can have that belt after we get done with this stupid charade.
Seriously, why are we so caught up with Nikki Bella? Wait, what?
I said we will consider making a new belt after this stupid Divas Revolution dies down.
So, you guys don't plan on this lasting long?
Not really. I mean, we really don't have plans for that division. I mean, we called it a revolution because fans were pissed off that the Divas got 30 seconds. So, we just gave them a few extra minutes.
So, this whole thing is a ruse? But why? Why even bring up the NXT Divas then?
Well, see, Stephanie got involved, so to make her look good, we had to have a good amount of divas. Also, Kevin Dunn needs some more faces on Total Divas and stuff like that, so we brought them up. Also, we're kinda tired of feeding Nikki Bella the exact same divas, so we brought them up to give Nikki some fresh meat.
No. Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you guys have a plan for the Divas. Please tell me there is a revolution.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Damn it! You lied to the fans! Again!
We didn't lie, necessarily. We changed a few things. I mean, we have factions now, we have new faces, the Divas have longer matches, and new time, so there's plenty of change to go around.
But we're not telling stories with them. What we're doing is cramming them all into one segment and having them wrestle the exact same matches over and over and over again. That's no different than what we've been doing. That's not making new stars, that's actually hindering them, because eventually, fans will get sick of seeing them. They're already sick of seeing them. How can we make fans invest in these women if they're not involved in storylines? How can we develop their personalities if they don't get into feuds? How the hell do you expect to ever make another Trish Stratus or Alita without the bare essentials of what make wrestling awesome?
Jimmy, I'm starting to sense some hostility here, buddy. You act like people pay their money to see these girls wrestle. Nobody cares. They're eye candy. No one watches Wheel of Fortune for Vanna White. They want to see Pat Sajak and watch a good game. You don't watch a basketball or a football game for the cheerleaders. And you don't watch a boxing match for the hot girl that holds up the round card. You want to see a good fight between two good boxers.
Jesus Christ. AJ Lee was right.
Hey, watch it now, Jimmy.
No, seriously. We are proving her right day by day. Fans don't care about these women. Why should they? It doesn't matter how talented they are. At the end of the day, they're just a bunch of cheap, interchangeable, useless women. Women who turned to reality TV because they just weren't gifted enough to be actresses.
Now, you know that's not true. Don't quote some stupid promo that nobody remembers, Jimmy. It's just words.
These girls didn't earn their spots. They were handed 15 minutes of fame. And they got it because they're cute, they came from a wrestling family, and because they're dating the top guys in the company. They didn't get here because they were good. They got here because of their looks. It's all about the image, and that's why fans don't care about them.
Alright, you're crossing the line, buddy. I'll have you reprimanded for this.
Oh, and you know what's most ironic about this?
Don't you say it. Don't say it.
In our attempts to cover up AJ Lee's career, all we've done is make people miss her even more. While these female wrestlers devolve into irrelevancy, she's living large in a rich house with a UFC prize fighter as a husband. A fighter that we created, by the way. This whole stupid agenda to erase AJ Lee from the record books is pointless. You're just taking your anger out on her because she's married to a man who walked out on the company and embarrassed it through a podcast on the internet. So now there's a war going on between the Brooks and the WWE. But what you don't seem to realize is that there was never a chance of you winning this war. They've already won!
I think it's time I give you a reality check, Jack. Since you want to defend this whole Divas Revolution crap, let me ask you this. Who built the ring for those divas to wrestle in? Who built the arena for them to wrestle in? Who made the cars they drive home to? These little girls that look up to them, who brought the little girls to these events? You want to talk about Hillary Clinton being president? Who built the White House for her to be president in? Who built the octagon ring for Ronda Rousey to be Ronda Rousey? I think you know the answer, Jack, because no matter how you twist it, we live in a man's world, and wrestling will always and forever be a man's sport. What determines how popular a woman isn't her wrestling ability, it's how many men want to sleep with her. Sunny and Sable are prime examples of that. Both of them are bona fide Hall of Famers, and neither one of them could wrestle a lick. But guess what? They sure as hell drew an audience. All the women want to be them, and all the men came to see them. And as much as you praise your Litas and your Chynas and your Mickie James and your Trish Stratuses, do you think these males would care all that much about them if they didn't show them a little skin here and there? If they didn't do Playboy? Sex sells, Jimmy. When a man comes home from work, he doesn't have time to watch a bunch of untalented sticks do something meant for men. These men want to see people like Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker and Roman Reigns. The only time he wants to see a woman is if she's willing to show some skin or she's outside looking pretty. So whether you like it or not, the only divas in this division with natural sex appeal is the Bella twins. Especially Nikki Bella. This woman has men swooning over her. That's why she's Divas Champion. That's why Kelly was Divas Champion. That's why Maurice was Divas Champion. That's why Eve Torres was Divas Champion. And that's why your precious AJ Lee was Divas Champion too. It's a shame we've gone PG. Otherwise, we'd have bikini contests. And then maybe the other girls can show some skin. But we can't. So they're stuck being bodies on the roster. Here's my thing. What's there to complain about? They're in the WWE. They're making big money. They have their own personal locker room. They have personal makeup artists. They have movie deals. They have commercial deals. They have reality TV shows and all kinds of perks that come with being a celebrity. These girls are not just people anymore. They are living, breathing celebrities. You really think these girls are pissed off that we give them 5 minutes on a show that's meant for men? I seriously doubt that. Sorry to burst your bubble, Jimmy. But this idealistic world of women getting equal treatment, or actually taking over the show here in WWE, oh God, help us all, it's not gonna happen. They're never gonna close Raw, they're never gonna close a pay-per-view, and they sure as hell will never close a WrestleMania. It's not a reality. And I think it's time you wake up and realize that. So if we're done here, I want a storyline for Nikki and Brie at the end of the week. I got things to do.
Yeah. You're right. You are absolutely right.
And you know what? Maybe I am delusional.
Maybe it will never happen. But what if it did happen?
What if we did live in a world where female personas were captivating audiences across the world? What if we did live in a world where females were not just having great matches, but outclassing the male wrestlers? Better yet, what if we lived in a world where the women actually main evented a pay-per-view? Yeah, go ahead. Call me a mark. Mock me for dreaming.
But no matter what you do, there is one thing you will never take away from me.
And that's the smile on my face when I think about Charlotte and Sasha Banks main eventing WrestleMania. This smile on my face is the true essence of wrestling. And I don't care if you're a male or a female. If you're able to generate a smile like this across the faces of millions, then you deserve to be here. And you deserve to get the best damn treatment in the world. We worship John Cena for the smiles he puts on children's faces across the world. You know who else puts a smile on children's faces? Her name is Bayley. Her colorful, happy-go-lucky persona brings joy everywhere she goes, and she's one of the best performers in this company that we've ever had. Nothing on SummerSlam was able to come close to Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver. Yeah, sure, Brock Lesnar and Undertaker made us roar, but it was the women who brought the audience happiness and tears of joy after their match. It's the same joy I got from watching Shawn Michaels win his first championship at WrestleMania 12. It's the same joy Hulk Hogan created for me when I was a kid watching him wrestle. It's the same joy Mick
Foley created when he won his first championship in 1999. The same joy I get from watching Daniel Bryan beat the Authority and accomplish something that nobody thought he would accomplish. It's the same joy I get watching Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar for the World Championship. I'll be honest, I don't like the Bella Twins, but when I see these little girls walk around with these fearless t-shirts smiling, I can't help but respect what Brie and Nikki do. I've never been a big Alicia Fox fan, but I know there's hundreds of Foxy fans out there, and they deserve to see their fan favorite involved in storylines. You have thousands upon thousands of NXT fans that want to see people like Paige, Charlotte, Becky, Emma, Dana Brooks, and Bayley come up and be successful. Who the hell are we to tell them they can't put smiles on people's faces? They leave their families and their loved ones 300 days a year to kill themselves and shorten their livelihoods, all for the sake of making people smile. That's what makes this the greatest job in the world. Nothing else can do this. So Mike, I don't know if this whole Divas Revolution is real or not, but you know what? I hope it is. And it's not just me. The fans hope it is too. That's all we have in wrestling anymore. Hope. Hope that one day the world will accept wrestling as a true art form and a time where we can tell our own stories. That is what a true revolution is. But yeah, I won't waste your time anymore. I'll have something for Nikki Bella this weekend.
Hey Jack, before you go, I want you to know I did see Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver.
Yeah? What did you think?
Well, let's just say I thought it was revolutionary. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. Bayley versus Emma.